Let's talk about love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it. Discuss your breakthroughs, national issues. This show will take you there, yeah. Taking it step by step, living.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. How are you all doing?
Getting stronger and living longer. Let's figure out the questions for ya. I need a little conversation. You need a little conversation.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Happy Sunday. Listen, by now, y'all got to be sipping something.
Talk about it on the conversation. When you need a little motivation, life is better on the conversation. Tune into
we are getting motivated, inspired. We are getting just prepared and absolutely training our eyes on 2021.
Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat. Hope you all are doing well. How's everybody doing today? Listen, what you sipping? Carolyn Dorset, is that you? I think I saw you first. Oh, no, actually, Eunice Penniman Taylor, good afternoon to you. So Eunice and Caroline, good afternoon to both of you ladies. Hope you all are doing well. What y'all sipping today? I have a huge cup of water that I've been drinking, tons of water all day. And then I have me this wonderful Unimate, nice and chilled. Good afternoon to everybody. Hi, Betsy Claire. Hello, Shantina Hall. Hello, Latanya Ferguson Strawn, Vanessa Colby, Renee Turner. Hi, hi, hi. Happy Sunday to everybody. Nakia Wild Goose sipping on cold apple juice. That sounds good. How's everybody doing today? Hope you all are doing well. Listen, right now, at this very hour, what's happening is the primary school National Students Awards to name the primary school student of the year. And we were hoping, of course, to be live there and have it live, but it's still ongoing. You know how these ceremonies go. And so we were hoping that it was done, but come on, you know it's not going to be done. So I'll tell you, we're going to continue following it up. And then we also going to, if we're not able to have them on today, then we will certainly have them on tomorrow's show. And so really excited about that. Looking forward to celebrating the most outstanding student in the primary school nationwide tomorrow here on The Conversation. And so you want to stay tuned for that. If you have a kid that is up for that award, certainly put his or her name in the live feed. Or if you know a kid that is up for that award, put his or her name there in the live feed and let's celebrate them. And just, you know, it's good to have good news. Jesus, Lord, we need it, eh? And after COVID and after not being able to do anything last year and just sort of gingerly trying to do and get back into things this year at this point, guess what? It's happening, the ceremony at Joe Farrington Road Stadium. And so we certainly look forward to hearing and celebrating that primary school student. But hey, congratulations to all of those who are nominated. You all are obviously outstanding, and so we're happy to celebrate you all. Hi to you, Gano Davis. Good seeing you today. How are you? Wonderful seeing you. Let's get it going. We're going to make that big announcement very soon when they see us step out. Good afternoon to you, Glenda Miller. How are you doing? So Eunice says she's sipping some cold water. Hello, Cleopatra Murphy. Cindy Miller, good afternoon to you. She is sipping on a tall glass of ginger lemon juice. That sounds good. Hey, Delta. Delta's in Atlanta, Georgia. Delta, what are you sipping on? Good afternoon to you, my family. Good to have you in the live feed as well and not working today. Hey, Owen, good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing? Owen Burrows, good to have you on the live feed. What are you sipping today, Owen? Hi to Alice Roll. Hello to Nicole Saunders. Owen, listen, Ricardo and his team, absolutely, Owen. And I'm looking forward to speaking to Ricardo Deveaux. I know he's in the middle of things right now at the Joe Farrington Road Stadium. And so I imagine we're going to catch up with him tomorrow on The Conversation to hear who won. and also just a bit more about the Primary School Student of the Year Award and how it compels students to perform better and be their best. Owen is sipping on some Unimate lemon ginger right here, Owen, right here. I'm right here with you. Cheers to you and to all those students. And yes, Gano, wonderful meeting you as well. Thank you. And so listen, you all, welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat. I hope you all are relaxed. This is a time, if you're not like on the beach somewhere watching Sunday Sip and Chat, then you at home relaxed, just having had Sunday dinner, sipping on something and ready for today's conversation. Today's conversation, of course, you heard us start with education, talking about the Primary School Student Award ceremony that's happening right now as we speak. Right now, we had arranged to go live there and to have the person who is leading that and has been leading it for all these years and introduced it, Ricardo Deveaux, but he's in the middle of things, making sure everything goes well. And so I told him, I will not disturb you. If I don't see you come in, then I'm going to leave you alone because I know it's still happening. But listen, in the theme or honoring the theme of education today on Sunday Sip and Chat, I am so happy to have this lady because she is doing incredible things herself in the school system here in the country, and that is Gina Gonzalez Roll. Gina, good afternoon to you, and welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat.
I am sipping on some water today as well.
You,
And I
you,
would
you.
I just want to say a shout out to all of those that have made it in the finals. And Ricardo Deveaux, congratulations on a wonderful, wonderful achievement that you've done with these kids. We are so proud of them.
No, I know you would have jumped right in because education is very near and dear to your heart. In fact, you were responsible for doing something so amazing for the first time in education in the Bahamas. We'll get to that in a second. But talk about Gina just for a minute. How significant is today's ceremony for those primary school students, especially those who have been encouraged and inspired out? I mean, just consider everything of last year and this year, and they are now being nominated.
Shenique, I can tell you, I think the past 2 years for our youngsters in particular have probably been the most difficult years for young kids. I mean, my daughter graduated from university, and I felt so bad when she graduated that the school was just saying, okay, we're going to say congratulations after 4 years of working, no walking, no photos. We had to do something home. We did a photo backdrop, congratulations, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of made it special. And that's where I think that we have to get very, very creative right now with our kids because of what they're going through. We don't realize, we feel like, okay, we're going through it. It's really difficult on us. We're not making the money. But again, we want our children to come out and be bright and do all this stuff. But everything is so difficult for them. They're not socializing, they're not learning how to deal with resolution conflict. They're not learning so many things because being home on a computer, yes, you are learning a whole new world there. But dealing with people and getting along with public and learning how to speak and all these things that we need to know, we're not getting, our kids are not getting.
And that social interaction is very important, eh? You don't
Oh,
just go to school for lunchtime and have sausage and bread, which I know they don't do that no more. I'm just trying to make a joke. But you
uh,
don't go to school anymore, or not only for the lunchtime. It is the social interaction and
yeah.
experience that we have now seen play out and so powerfully in these last 18 months to 2 years.
Yes, yes, yes. It's been, Shanique, I think for the kids that have graduated and done well, like my daughter just graduated and she was salutatorian. And to me, I think it was a major accomplishment because what you're going through today, some kids can't learn through the computer. Some can't learn, it's been very, very difficult because their attention span, what goes on at home, it's probably 5 or 6 kids, parents working from home. It's been
Yeah.
very, very difficult. So our kids have learned a whole new way. So I try to encourage them and say to them, you know what, you guys are special. You've done something that no one else has been able to do. You've graduated through a pandemic or you've been through a pandemic and you're still doing fantastic. And it's really good because most of us as adults are having a hard time dealing with it, but the kids are pulling through.
The kids are pulling through, but also we shouldn't just assume that they are. They, just like you mentioned, they need the help, they need the
Yes.
focus, they need all of that, because the thing about it is, this mental health, and sometimes it's a delayed response. And so the thing is, you have to watch them. Well, I think something that is amazing that you have done, and which assists with mental health, and social interaction and exercise and having to think and be disciplined and all of this that, number one, sports in general call for, but some sports we know call for it more than others. Golf. How Gina Gonzalez roll. How I have not, first of all, I'll tell you this, a friend of mine, and he is in the live feed right now, and I'll call his name, Owen Burrows, we were talking, and he said to me, Shenique, do you know about this program in schools? I'm like, what program? He said, golf is now in schools. I'm like, what you mean golf? You mean the golf that Tiger Woods play? He says, yes. I'm like, in schools, how come? And he told me about you and what you're doing. Please, please, let us know how it all even just got started. How did the idea come about?
Shenique, first of all, let me say it's not Gina. It's a team. The BGF, along with 14 Clubs Golf Academy, we have been working on this now for years and years. Throughout the pandemic, we decided that we were going to put extra time and efforts into it. We began writing the ministry, writing everyone, calling, being ignored from everyone telling us we couldn't make it happen. And finally, after we had been working on it for months on end, the ministry said if we can show them that we are prepared to go into the schools, they would allow us to go. We at that point wrote an entire curriculum out on how we were going to train our teachers, how we were going to let the teachers train the kids, and then do an after school program so that the kids, for the best of the kids that the teachers would choose, would come out to a program, a 13-week program that we did. And after that 13-week program, we then put on a championship with the schools. It was
Oh,
absolutely amazing. We got schools that had never played golf before that actually
man,
won.
man, now come on, now, Gina. Gina, so you say you got schools that never played golf before. Gina, most of the population has never played golf before. I
Okay,
imagine so. So golf isn't something that's oh, it's in this school but not in that, and that one not in this. This is something
well,
totally brand new.
yes, well, it's at every age level at this point. So we have it in the lower, upper and lower elementary, and upper and lower high school. We had government and private schools alike join. It was absolutely amazing. The kids came out. We had over 900 kids. And we did social distancing. We let them
Oh,
play
so
the
this
game.
happened during COVID? I thought this was
Oh,
something.
this happened. We had the 2021 games May 22nd. I think it. No, well,
Congratulations.
we no, actually it was March 22nd. It's
Hmm.
because it was my birthday when we started. We had a week of championships where we had juniors play one day, seniors, and then we had the finals on the fifth day. Um, because everything was done outside, we did it on the most of the training on the 9-hole golf course after the kids had learned their basics in school, after we taught the teachers, which was absolutely fantastic. Because I think the teachers came out expecting, I don't know anything about golf. I play PE. They came out and they had a fantastic time. So now they wanted to play, and we let them do a little competition amongst themselves. Then we decided, okay, we had to get into the schools and get it in the curriculum. And so we started doing just that. Kids that were
But
doing,
before we talk about the curriculum, talk about the fact that golf is one of those elusive sports. Like it's only a certain people, and when we
oh,
see and we kind of look at
another
it that
country,
way. At
Shanique.
least in
I got to
my
cut you
view.
short. I got to
Okay,
cut
go
you.
ahead. Go
Another
ahead.
countries, not the Bahamas. That used to be
No, and that's what I'm
India.
saying. No, but I'm building up. I'm building up to the fact that now it's almost commonplace. I
Okay.
want to say from the start, and even now, golf is one of those elusive. I didn't say elitist, and perhaps that as well. We know it's expensive to play golf, but elusive sports in that you see golf over there, you don't see golf here. You see Tiger Woods playing golf and getting millions of dollars, and Jack Nicholson and the rest of them. How did them? What went into the thought of, you know what, we need to introduce golf. We already have basketball, we have track and field and different disciplines in track and field, we have baseball, softball, we have these. What went into the thought and why of we have to bring golf into the schools from the primary level all the way up to the senior?
Well, Shanique, I can tell you for years, most of the sports that we have out there have been trying to get into the schools because everyone feels as though their sport is the best sport ever. But I can honestly say with golf, with COVID-19, I believe in that everything in its time and season. I think this is the season now because of COVID-19. Persons are realizing that there's sports out there that you can be a part of, that you don't have to be locked up under someone. You don't have to be close to them. You can play, have a good time, go home and still be safe.
That's true
And
because golf doesn't require you do this as a team. You kind of
even if you
right.
do it as a team, you need your space. You need
Hmm.
your space to play. You need your space to practice. You need your space to do whatever. No one can be right up under you. 6 feet is about about the distance that we can comfortably say the person should be around someone who's playing anyway. So this was the perfect time for us, and we decided that most of the time, to be very honest, when there is an issue with kids coming out, it's always finances. I can say I truly, truly am grateful to the Bahamas Golf Federation for um, financing every single thing to do with this. We finance.
Wow, because
Uh,
we know golf is, I have
oh,
heard,
it's
I
very
don't know,
expensive.
I heard it's quite expensive. I don't quite understand how it's expensive. But again, as I said, it's one of those elusive sports anyways. And it appears, it appears an intelligent man game, an intelligent man's game. And so tell us about the tenets of golf that is so powerful and makes such a great combination in schools.
Well, what I find, what we do find, let me say also, Shanique, that through our training, because I never finished when, even though the Bahamas Golf Federation covered our expensive 14 clubs, Golf Academy made their mind up that they were going to be the training ground, assist us with the training with this. They brought in over 25 coaches, and which we had to pay on a weekly basis because we had 900 kids coming out. And you didn't want all the kids playing together. You didn't want all this. And we realized that when I went online, I had to do a survey online. What is so special about golf? Because I wanted to find myself, if we're doing this, if we're spending this money, what are we going to get from it? There are billions of dollars in scholarships. My thing
Mm,
is, when you look at um, little John, who may be from Camp Road or maybe from Montel Heights or maybe from wherever the inner city, would we say, back in the day, we looked at persons and we said, if you weren't of a certain status and had golf in your backyard, you weren't a part of it, or if you didn't
nope,
have money.
nope.
The good thing is that I can say that every single person that came out, no one paid a dollar.
Mm,
The Bahamas Golf Federation and 14 clubs, they did everything. And we must realize that in order to get sometime, we have to sacrifice and we have to give back. And
mhm.
that was huge, I think, for us moving forward. The Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, they sanctioned us and they said, it's great after they took all of our stuff. But again, where are we going if we don't have funds? If we can't pay the coaches, if we can't pay, we were fortunate that the 9 hole golf course, we could go there. We used it. Mr. Flowers allowed us to come there and play and didn't charge us for it, which I mean, normally at the 9 hole golf course, they charge $35 for 9 holes of golf. An average golf in this country for Bahamians is about $200, which is absolutely insane.
An
I mean,
average game, like
one
so
game,
each
one
one
game,
game.
one game of 18 holes in golf averages about $200. That's insane.
Mhm.
How many persons, how many Bahamians can truly afford $200 for a game? You can't go out and play one game in a month and think that your game is going to get better after you learn.
No.
You have to have some place to practice. You have to have some place that you can go to practice and to get lessons and to better your game,
Mhm.
to compete, because we have taken kids abroad. As a matter of fact, we are scheduled to take some of our youth to. We're going to Dominican Republic at the end of the month. They're going to compete in a Caribbean tournament, which
So
is
the kids have gotten that good that they are
yes,
now competing at a regional level.
yes, yes, yes. None of the kids actually that started in there have made it to this level, but I promise you, by next year they will be. They will be. The kids that are there did do lessons with us and have improved. and they're from all around. Some are from Albany, some are from Lyford Key, some are from um, Ocean Club, and then others are from the Nine Hole Golf Course. And let's not, Shanique, I would be amiss if I did not come out and say Barma was absolutely like, Barma was so good with us, with the juniors. They allowed our juniors to come there on a constant basis. They allowed them to play and never charge them. And when people sit down, when they speak about these big companies coming in and not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
that's not always the case. I can say that the program that we had put together, honestly, without the help of Bahama, we wouldn't have made it. They were huge. They let the kids come there. They practice after school. They play. Once they're to a certain level, we
Mm-hmm.
don't let the real, like, first, second time beginners go to Barma, simply because we want to train them. We want to get them to where they need to be. Now, once they begin to get better, we take them to Barma. We let them enjoy, the games and playing, and we put them in competitions against each other. Then we put them in teams. We let them play against teams, and we also do a U.S. Kids tournament here, where we bring kids in also from Grand Bahama. They come in and they compete. We just did the junior nationals. They compete against each other to find out who is the best in the country. I mean, one thing just leads to the next. And the good part about it is every part of society can be there. You can't look at someone anymore and say, because they play golf, they are up there or down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I get so excited when I speak about it, because I look forward to our kids getting out there, getting their scholarships and doing well. And simply, it was an opportunity. There's only so many people that can run, only so many that can swim.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Exactly.
you're
So
not
it's so good to bring this
practicing golf,
diversity to
yes,
the school. And
yes.
is it nationwide, or is it just New Providence and Grand Bahama?
Well, we are going into the other islands. We did hit Exuma. So we did get it started in Exuma. The thing that we have to do is we did get clubs, because um, we also purchased over 900 golf clubs and cut them to size, cleaned them up, and prepared them for the kids to use and to send them to the different islands. We do want to do some more with the family islands this year, but simply for travel reasons and whatnot, we weren't able to go over, train the teachers, and do that. But that will come this year. That will come. We truly look to see an inter island, um, uh, I guess you can still say inter school, but it will be all of the islands of the Bahamas.
If you're just tuning in, this is Sunday Sip and Chat. My special guest this afternoon is Gina Gonzalez Roll. Gina is a part of this whole new movement of golf in schools. You all heard that? Golf, yes, golf, the sport that Tiger Woods plays, yes, is in schools, and students are loving it. They've just had a tournament in, I think she said March or May of this year. I think May. They just had a tournament, and it, yeah, just wonderful, and we're going to continue hearing from her. But today on Sunday Sip and Chat, we are shining a spotlight on education. Right now at this hour, the Primary School Students Association is holding its annual National Primary School Student of the Year Award ceremony. That ceremony is happening right now in an area on Eastern New Providence, and they are getting ready to name the student, the Primary School Student of the Year. And of course, Robert Deveaux and his team have been busy doing that and putting that on for years. Last year, of course, we all know how that turned out. And so it is so wonderful to see them back sort of person to person under these constraints, under COVID-19 protocol constraints. But highlighting students who, through such trying times, obviously performed well to be nominated. And of course, we're going to determine and continue watching to see who the Primary School Student of the Year is, who that student is, and what school they go to, etc., and hopefully have them on the show tomorrow along with Robert Deveaux. But it's really just wonderful to kind of hear of what's good happening in the country after so much bad news, after hearing one thing after the next, sometimes overbearingly so. Just to kind of celebrate this and celebrate what Gina and her team are doing in terms of making golf, guys, golf. I remember first hearing about golf, Gina, from a colleague of mine. And she said that her son every Saturday played golf, and she sacrificed to make that happen because she wanted him to be exposed to a certain level of sport, of discipline, of all of
Yes.
that. And so here it is. This is what's happening among our kids. And the kids, as you heard Jana say, they are having access to even more than just the sport itself. You heard her talk about where the other kids come from and the other communities they come from. That means a lot. Gina, just talk about that exchange and the difference you already see that's happening. The fact that kids from the 9 hole club, as you call them, are playing golf alongside the kids of Ocean Club Estates, the kids of Albany, the kids of Old Fort Bay, the kids of Lyford Key.
Yes. Well, just think of schools like Eva Hilton. I mean, those are schools that are government schools. Our government schools, they were. This was golf was when we introduced golf to them. Their teachers and their coaches, they supported it so strong. And now when you come out and you see how these kids are performing now against persons from, let's say, Albany and Lyford Key. Of course, these some of these kids have been playing maybe what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, whereas our kids have been playing now maybe what, 3 months, 4 months. So
Mhm.
next year is when
And
you
it's funny that you already had them in a tournament and only been playing for
for
like
13 weeks.
this
They
for
played for
this year.
13 weeks
Wow.
and we put them in a tournament and they had a fantastic time. It was absolutely amazing. We had, I think it was 263 students come out for because every school had from 3 to 5 players. And it was so much fun seeing everyone interacting with each other, everyone having a good time. I've come to realize that the differences aren't usually between kids, it's usually adults.
Adults,
Kids
no,
can
adults,
usually mix and
adults,
mingle.
adults, as we get older and mature, we take on these different things.
Of
We
course.
decide to do it. Kids don't see color, they don't see
Status.
economic status, they don't see any of that. They truly just see that's their friend.
Well, when they play, and everyone plays to win. The best man, woman, boy, girl will win because they play. And you know what? The one thing that we have learned also is when you see them come in and they feel as though they're a little further behind, you will see them coming out more and more and more to practice. They absolutely love the game. We're looking forward. I'm telling you, we're looking forward. We're going to have a Tiger Woods in this country real soon. I promise you.
Imagine that. Is golf
I'm
an
telling
Olympic
you,
sport, by the way?
it is. And we
Imagine
actually,
we have a golfer, like somebody qualifying to go to the Olympics in the sport of golf.
well, we were trying to get, I was trying to get the junior golf juniors in, sorry, the junior Olympics this year. But with time changing and everything, it's been a challenge, but we will get them coming forward. We will prepare them. But we do tournaments all over the world. The BGF puts on tournaments. We now have US Kids, which US Kids tournaments that we do here is it's a tournament that they usually do in the US in particular, where kids come from different states and they play golf and it's regulated by US Kids. And Shenique, we did have someone come in. We had our kids play last week, and I think we had someone come in from one of the other countries. They came. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. But what it does is when persons go on the US Kids page, they find what tournaments are going on in the Bahamas, which ones are going
Hmm.
on here, there, whatever, and it brings other kids in to play against our kids, and then it gives our kids US ranking, which
Hmm.
again is it's great for persons that are sorry, I seem to have been cut out. Can you still hear
No,
me?
I think I can hear you, but we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to continue to hear about this national school golf program that is now a part of the curriculum. Gina went to the Ministry of Education, her and her team, and they decided that they're going to lobby hard, and they put forward a convincing presentation. The Ministry of Education, did I say the Ministry of Education agreed, and now it is a part of the curriculum. It's 13 weeks at a time, huh?
Well, it was 6 weeks in the school. The training that we did after the 6 weeks in the school, when the teachers did the 6 weeks training, then we did a 13-week training for the best out of each of the schools, which
I want
then
to
we put in the
ask,
competition.
yeah, I want to ask Gina, what difference is she seeing, particularly among, well, the girls as well. But you know, Gina, you know the trouble with the youth and the issues that are going on in terms of violence on school campuses. You heard, you saw Government High recently, and it's not synonymous to Government High. But what at the different age levels and levels of learning in terms of primary school, middle school, high school, what difference are you all noticing already in terms of like how golf influences not just academic performance, but also perhaps can change a student and or a young boy, a young girl into being more social, into dropping antisocial behavior and into wanting to change who they perhaps are, to become something different and something better, all because of being exposed to the sport and to the people in the sport. We are going to take a break. This is Sunday Sip and Chat. By the way, let me say hello to some people before we go. Alice Roll says, Miss Regina, you are doing a wonderful job. Hello to this is excellent. I agree with you, Owen Burrows. Absolutely. Greta, Tommy, good afternoon to you. Tasha Smith, good afternoon. Hi, Karen, sipping on Moet. Girl, Karen, you winning. Karen Barr, so she is sipping on Moet. I thank all of you very, very much. By the way, do share the live stream. Share, share, share. We're going to take a break on this Sunday Sip and Chat and come back with more after this.
Make this your best summer ever with Flirty Girl's Sexy Summer Slim Down. Lose weight and win up to $3,000 in prizes. Sign up today and enjoy weekly challenges, weight loss coaching, and unlimited group workouts, including fat blasting boot camp, yoga, Pilates, cardio boxing, hardcore abs, dance off the pounds, and more. Enroll as a VIP and receive a free 7-day detox, 1 free laser lipo treatment, discounts on body contouring, facials, and Brazilian wax, plus massage and sauna treatments for just $1 per minute, all summer long. That's right, all summer long. Prizes include 1 year of free body contouring, free fitness programs, and so much more. All participants will be invited to take part in our sexy summer photo shoot to show off their results. So come on, what are you waiting for? Registration ends June 10th. Call 677-1689 or WhatsApp 467-9630 for more information.
How would you like to shed some extra inches of unwanted belly fat? Did you know that there are alternatives to surgery to get rid of unwanted fat? Let February Natural Health Spa help you reduce fat without surgery. February Natural Health Spa employs a series of methods and a customized plan to suit your fat loss goals. Target those stubborn and challenging areas on the body with our cavitation body shaper that uses heating lasers to break up and melt fat during each session. Did you know that as you drink water and exercise, that your lymphatic system and liver work together to help eliminate fat? Let Therapy Natural Health Spa help you get the results you've been waiting for. Call us for a free consultation and let Therapy Natural Health Spa work out a plan for you. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook. Our numbers are 393-1126 or 806-1132.
Maybe it's for the thrill, or the scenery, or maybe you do it for the speed, or maybe it's for the baby. It might just be for the next stop, or even for the beautiful moments. Whatever your reason for driving, we'll be there to keep you going. Atura Auto, servicing your vehicle at a price that keeps your pockets happy. Call us today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the conversation. This is Sunday Sip and Chat here on the show. So happy. Listen, I want to ask you all, what else are you sipping today? I am sipping on some wonderful Unimate. This is the lemon ginger. Really nice. I can tell you that the National Primary School ceremony is still going on. And what's so awesome, all of the finalists are also walking away with scholarships. So even if they don't win the overall prize, which is Primary School Student of the Year, they are going to have scholarships and walk away with scholarships. And that opens the door, Gina, to so much more, doesn't it? Like, for example, from the primary school level, and as they go to perhaps junior high school this coming fall, they many times parents are able to put their kids in a private institution or some other higher academically performing school than they ordinarily would have been able to because of these scholarships.
Shenique, any opportunity that we can give our children today, we need to. As a community, we need to reach out and see how we can help our young people overall. Back in the day, we used to say it takes a village to raise a child. We still say that, but do we really do it now? And I mean, honestly and truly, you find that a lot of people really do not look out for other people's kids. If it's not their own, if it's not someone who they're connected to, um, they don't have a concern for it. We really need to open our hearts. Sometimes it's just to be there for one of them to talk to. Sometimes it's to assist. Sometimes all you have to do with I mean, with a lot of these kids is sit down and have a conversation with them sometime.
Or sometimes just listen.
A hug. I mean, I remember years back, and when my kids went to Kingsway, young boy used to come to school every day, and whenever he saw me, he came with open arms. I'm like, "What's that?" He said, "I didn't get my hug today," and it really means a lot to a lot of the kids, but we take it for granted because we're okay and we don't need it, and it's not us. Then it just doesn't matter.
What gives you, Gina, such a passion to, like you, just as you said, to care, to offer yourself, to not just look at your own house and your kids, but to look outside of your home, in your community, beyond your immediate community, and say, I want to help make a difference. I want to bring golf into the schools. I want to make sure kids are okay. Students are okay.
Well, I think what we have to do is realize that the next generation is our responsibility. There are so many ways that we can give back. I mean, you and I had a conversation about this earlier when we spoke. There's so many ways to give back and to help. I mean, I may be good at organizing, you may be good at speaking, someone else may be good at typing or public speaking and doing different. If everyone did a little something, it would make a huge difference.
Mhm.
I know a few years back, a lot of the banks required all of their managers to be a part of some organization that gave back. Um, I'm yes and no about that, and simply because I know at that point I was helping with the Cancer Society, and lots of persons would have come in and um, just sign their name up just because they had to. And because if they didn't, they couldn't hold a senior position at the bank. But then again, it also teaches people the importance, excuse me, of giving back and showing them sometimes people have a hard time even getting into an organization of trying to give back. But I feel as though if it's really in your heart, you will reach out, even if you just go out and say, every organization needs help, every single one, especially with kids. I mean, you can be there, you can I mean, we need people when we do our tournaments or when we do stuff. We teach our kids morals and standards.
And
We
that is what I thank you for going there, Gina, because I tell you the truth, there are so many wonderful attributes for kids to get involved in golf because we see it. We see the discipline, for example. We see the discipline, the being able to control his emotions then of a Tiger Woods. And I say Tiger Woods because he is still relatively young and started very, very young. Like we watch him. We didn't
right,
watch the others. We watch him come up and we
right.
see the control and the discipline. Talk about that, the control, the discipline, learning how to perhaps resolve conflicts.
Well, integrity is a big part of golf
Mhm.
because integrity. If you go out then you hit a ball and it's in the bush, you should say, "My ball is here." You don't want someone to lie about it because they want a higher score or to do better or whatever. So we teach our kids the only way you will get better is to continuously work hard at the game, have integrity, be proud of what you are. Look, if you have a very high score with something, look at what you did. Look at how you can lower that score when you come back, and don't be too hard on yourself. Now, I'm not saying that that doesn't mean that you don't come out and practice and put more time in. Hopefully, you'll get on yourself and say, okay, I need to sharpen my game. Let me come out. Let me practice this. Let me do more with this. And we say to parents that 2 or 3 times a week is a necessity. Anything that you want to be good at, you have to put time in.
You have to
If you
put the
don't
time
put
in.
time, you won't get the results. I mean,
Absolutely.
we want our kids to be intelligent. We send them to school from at least 4 until they're 18, then send them off to college. And
Hmm.
that's because we want them to be intelligent. We want them to have an education.
And to
But
do well and to do better than
yes,
every parent. I don't care if the parent is a billionaire, they want their kid to exceed them somehow.
yes.
Um, 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 in some which way along on the line of success or the ladder of success to succeed them, to exceed them, what they have been able to accomplish.
Well, I say to my kids, I said, I try to live my life that it can be an example to them, but they can grow on what I have done. And I find that my kids, because I'm involved in giving back a lot, when my kids go off to school and when they get involved in stuff, they're usually top of the class when it comes to community service because they've been doing it most of their lives. Our kids do what they see us do, not what we always tell them to do. You know,
That's true.
if I smoke and I tell you don't smoke, well, chances are 50-50 you're going to smoke. But chances are if I say don't smoke and I don't smoke, then that gives you that wider opportunity to say it must not be right because mommy and daddy doesn't do it. So, what we give out there is what we give for our kids is what we'll get back. What we give to others is what our kids will also get. I truly believe that what you sow, you will reap. And I look for persons out there. If one day, Lord forbid, when I should pass, that maybe someone will bless my kids or my grandchildren, which I don't have any, of course, at this age, right?
Of
My
course not.
grandkids that I may have one day. I look for that in return to be placed upon them and hope that they will be blessed from what I would have done or what I would have given back to community.
So it truly is that village mindset. You know,
It
it takes
is.
a
It is.
village and you step in and do your part of that village. I'll
I
tell you
mean,
this,
so
those who
much.
are watching, golf also teaches business skills in addition to etiquette and the ability to play comfortably with new acquaintances. Golf teaches self-confidence, improves the ability to work with numbers and applies problem-solving skills that are critical in business. And so that is also just one of those wonderful sports that teaches more than that the reach or the impact is beyond the sport
It's
itself.
They say all business, 90% of business decisions are made on the golf course.
Exactly. We've been hearing that.
Yeah, we heard that a
What
lot.
about these parents who are watching? And by the way, hello to everybody who's watching. Owen Burrows says Gina Roll is a real caring, hardworking woman with a big heart. Her
Thank you, Owen.
team is as well. By the way, share the live stream. I'm talking to Gina Rodriguez Roll. Gina is
Dallas
a part
Road.
of this whole. Gina is a part of this wonderful new initiative. It's just a few months old, a few months of golf being in schools. That's right. As it stands, it's now in schools in New Providence, schools in Grand Bahama. There's a little something happening in Exoma already, but the aim is to have it nationwide so that there are nationwide tournaments and that each kid is impacted and have an opportunity at scholarships, at tournaments, at international exposure, regional exposure, etc. And it really is just awesome. Already, Gina has had in these just starting at this starting point. Gina has already had a tournament in May for the kids. She said they totally enjoyed it, they loved it, and it was really just nice to see.
And 14 clubs. You keep saying Gina. It's really not.
Well, when I say Gina,
Okay.
I mean Gina and her team, Gina and
Yes.
her crew, Gina
Yes.
and the golfing community of the
Yes.
Bahamas.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel as though it's never one person that makes up anything. It's always a group
No.
and it's always teamwork.
Yes. And what about with parents now? Because, you know, when parents really get a hold of this and they want to begin like almost clamoring to say, I want my kid a part of this thing. How does that even work out? Like, who makes the decision of which kid has the opportunity to get involved with golf?
Well, I'll be honest. A lot of the parents would rather the kids start at school. And so when the curriculum starts up next year, they can either start up through their school or they can reach out to 14 Clubs Golf Academy or the Bahamas Golf Federation. And we can kind of monitor where they want to go because our ages for kids are actually 5 to, we say 18. And then we start our ladies and men's division. We were very fortunate during our in the school championships as well as all of the training that we had. Tons of women, young ladies, I should say, that came out. And golf on the whole is lacking women in playing golf. So we were very, very fortunate with that as well.
Yes. And so, Gina, I mentioned to you about the fact that, you know, you see the social ills play out before you in the headlines on many school campuses, outside of school campuses involving school age children and etc. What difference have you noticed already just in this first quarter of this new program and new initiative that has been introduced to schools here on New Providence?
Shenique, we have not had any issues at all. And I can say that we try to speak to our kids on their daily living, not just golf, and doing well in school. And like I said, just good morals and standards. If they're having issues with learning, I mean, when we started up the championship, actually when we started our training, I spoke with at least 6 kids that was not even enrolled in school. Parents thought they were in school, they weren't, and then
Wow.
they were embarrassed and they began to say this wasn't working, that wasn't working. So we got on the phone and we called the schools to find out what the issues were and tried to tie them in. It's so important to show these kids that someone is there for them and to show them, listen, if you get in a fight at school, that's not what we're training you for. That's not what we want to see of you. We're trying to bring you from where you are to get you up here. And if you want to get in the newspaper, get in the newspaper playing golf. Don't get in the newspaper from a fight. Don't get on the news because of what you did to someone or what could have happened or you may have got off on it, but you have to really understand that we want you to stay focused on schoolwork and in golf and any other sports activities that can help you grow. But we know one thing for sure: if you come out to golf um, and you stay in the curriculum, without a doubt, you will move on another level.
Mm-hmm.
And chances are that you will. I remember, I think it was 3 years ago, we had only had three kids that just come on, assisting with 14 clubs and the Bahamas Golf Federation. We took three girls to the U.S. Georgette Roll and myself took them over to a competition that they had over there. The girls didn't even play that well at the tournament. I think they were a little shaky, but they did okay. The three of them came back with scholarships, 100% scholarships.
Wow.
That opened my eyes like
Wow.
it was amazing. And to see that those kids probably would not have ever had the opportunity to go
No.
to university, to college, had they not got the golf scholarship. So I feel like things like that. I've been speaking with a few people away. We constantly hook up Georgette as she speaks to golf pros, as she speaks to persons she tries to do their connections. The Bahamas Golf Federation, our president and vice president, they reach out to
You're muted, Gina.
I'm sorry, someone tried to, yeah, like the Bahamas
Mm-hmm.
Golf Federation does the same thing. They try to reach out and do whatever they can. We realize that if you don't help our youth and grow the youth to uh, um, put them on a
Would y'all please stop calling Gina? Get on the live stream. Yes, she know that you all can see her. Get on the live stream and watch. Let's go, Gina.
Yeah. So, we get out there and we do what we can to try and get our kids scholarships. Then we reach out to other golfers.
That's
So,
amazing. And so it sounds like once you get involved in a sport like golf, especially at this age, this junior high, senior high level, like
yeah.
a possibility of a scholarship is very
Yes.
much
Because
possible.
our girls that went over, they had only been playing, I think, 3.5 years, which is, I mean, that's absolutely nothing when you
Hmm.
consider a sacrifice of getting out there and playing to go and make a difference for the rest of your life. You know,
Hmm.
I look at many of our youngsters had gotten scholarships through playing. Georgette had actually got a scholarship playing golf, going off, and that's why I guess she's so passionate about giving back and giving back to the community because um, that assisted with her going off to college as well.
Awesome. And so listen, let's just talk about, if you were to perhaps speak to parents right now, about stepping in, and really assisting their kids and getting them back on track, because a lot of kids fell through the cracks these last 15, 18 months, particularly with the COVID. And of course, before that was Dorian, but with this COVID, and a lot fell through the cracks. The Ministry of Education has really made its concerns known in terms of how many kids fell through the cracks. And if you would speak to parents about the importance of stepping up and ensuring that their kids are back in the game and have a fighting chance, what are some of the things you would say?
Well, I would definitely say never give up. Never give up on your child. Never speak negative to them. Never make them feel like they cannot be anyone. All of our kids may not be the best in education. They may not be a good runner. They may be a good golfer. They may be a good swimmer. They may do something that you couldn't have done. It may not be your dream, but get them involved. Try different things for them. Get them involved. Let them come out and play golf. Understand that they're not going to be Tiger Woods overnight, but give them the
Hmm.
opportunity and don't be too hard on them. Like parents come out sometimes, I feel like, is it as good for parents to be there? Simply because sometimes the parents are so hard on the kids. They don't realize the kids have to learn. The kids want to play
Hmm.
as good as you want them to play. It's a hole there. They have to get the ball in the hole. You're looking at it saying, how did you miss that? The thing is, you missed it because
How did you
you
miss that?
tried.
Did you see the size of that?
Exactly. But as every day goes by, one thing you will realize that your child will get better if you continue to
Yes.
encourage them.
Yes.
They will get better just like schoolwork, just like everything else. It's all a process. I would suggest that you sign your kids up. Call us at the BGF. Call us at 14 Clubs Golf Academy. Call us and let us know what you want and what you're looking for in your child. If you're interested in them playing golf, bring them out to the 9-hole golf course. Let's have a conversation with you so that we can sit down and see if your children are interested in playing golf. Don't force them to come if they're really not interested, because the problem is they won't do well if they're not. Try to find a sport that they can get involved in. Most kids, once they get out there, they absolutely love golf. I mean, I have yet to meet any of the kids that come out that don't like golf. I've not met one. Even the teachers, like I tell you, when they came out, they were dreary. They wasn't like, do we have to really learn this? When they started to play, they didn't want to go home. We said, you guys need to go. Okay, our coaches need to go home. You need to leave now. So they actually really enjoy it. It's just a part of being something. And then you'll realize that you can come out and you can practice without even having a coach there. You can sit, you can uh, um, hit balls, you can play on the 9-hole golf course, or you can go to the other golf courses, which may not be that accessible to everyone else. But like I said, Bama has opened up and allowed us, when we plan to let our teenagers come out, they allow them to come out and have competitions against each other. And it's absolutely amazing to see how the community does give back. We really need help, though, Shenique. I mean, let me not make it even sound as though we don't. We really need corporate Bahamas or persons on the whole who can assist us in any which way, because at this point we've taken on the Bahamas Golf Federation, 14 clubs. We've taken this entire thing on all on our own. We haven't had any assistance. Except, like I said, except the golf courses that they've given us. They allow our kids to come there and play, but we need some financial help because we have coaches to pay. This COVID-19, we have to be so careful with the kids being in smaller classes, smaller surroundings, not as close, have to sanitize all of the stuff that we give to the kids and let them play with. We don't let them use the same thing, the same tool that someone else uses, a golf club, anything like that. We don't allow them to use the same of anything because we realize, with so much going on now.
Yeah.
So all of that makes it that much more expensive for us to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
we really need the support of corporate Bahamas, or even persons that may know someone. And again, like I was saying, these are things that parents can help with, or someone that you may not want to come out there and work or do. But if you can give me the connection to speak with someone who can assist us financially, I mean, that's a huge thing.
Yeah, and it's making a difference. It's really
Yes,
teaching. It's
you
teaching
make a
discipline.
difference
It's
in all
teaching.
these kids'
Yeah,
lives.
it's so much that the kids are learning beyond the classroom, that
Yes.
can further aid them in their performance in the classroom and beyond. Academic scholarships or
Yes.
golf scholarships
Golf
that help them
scholarship.
on in life. It's just really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And so absolutely get involved, find out more, reach out to the organizations and have your kid being there representing the country and maybe even
Their
becoming the
school
next
and the country.
superstar in
Yeah.
golf, their school and the country, right? And
Yeah.
becoming the next superstar in golf. I thank you very much, Gina, so much. I will give you 30 seconds for a wrap-up comment.
Just want to say thank you to everyone who was a part of it. Thank you, Shenique, for having me on the show. And we look forward. When you see the next Tiger Woods, you'll think about us. How about that?
You bet right. Absolutely. Say, remember when Gina said that?
Yeah, she
Uh,
said that, and I thought she
yeah.
was insane when she said it. But you know what? She wasn't.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. Again, once again, the Primary School Student of the Year ceremony is happening right now, live, and they are deciding which student is the Primary School Student of the Year. We hope to make that available to you in a live interview tomorrow on The
I
Conversation.
look forward to that.
Absolutely right, as well as with the organizer of that event, Robert Deveaux, and hopefully with the student and his or her parent as well. What's awesome, the finalists are all walking away with scholarships and various prizes, and so that's really, really awesome. But that ceremony is happening right now, and we look forward to, of course, hearing who the overall Primary School Student of the Year is. And so everybody, listen, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Continue to enjoy, continue to sip. Stacy, I see you just streaming in. Yes, really awesome. Thank you very much, Gano, and great seeing you today. Thank you so much. Get involved, guys. Get involved. Get your kids involved, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbor's kid. Get them get involved in golf. It's a really awesome sport to be a participant in. Thank you all so much. See you tomorrow. We have a lot going on, a small business feature as well coming up for you tomorrow. And of course, the conversation is live at 4. See you all then. Everybody have a great afternoon.
Good afternoon, all.
Conversation. You need a little conversation. We can go far with the conversation. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah.